Hey, how you doing? We got a good lesson for you here today. I am super pumped about talking about how to convert squared or cubed units. Great. So let's get this over with. Let's say we have to convert a value of 34.2, I don't know, inches squared, and we have to convert that into feet squared. All right. How do we do this? It turns out that we can follow very similar processes to what we've outlined in prior lessons. Take a look in the description below. I'll leave you a link down there for the single step problems that we've done in the past. So now dealing with squared and cubed units, what do? Well, I follow basically very similar steps. All right. So remember, we're going to be converting here 34.2 inches squared into feet squared. So the first thing is always remember what's step one? You got it. Write down the given value. So the given value in this problem is going to be 34.2 inches squared. So we write it down. Now remember, the second step is set up that conversion fraction. So just two parentheses with the division line, take that and multiply it by the given value. Easy. Third step then is to work with the units, right? So we know we got inches. Now I know that they're inches squared, but just they're inches for now. So if I want to cancel inches, that means I want to put inches on the bottom. And if I want to convert to feet, that means the feet go on the top. Now the only way I can do this in a single step is if I know a relationship between inches and feet. So we do, right? We know that there's 12 inches in a foot, all right? So we can indeed do this in a single step. So we plug in those known values, right? 12 inches on the bottom, basically, 1 foot on the top. And now here's the kicker, right? No matter whether you're dealing with converting squared units or cubed units, this next step, step number 3, basically, well, actually, it's step number 4, right? Step number 4, what we're going to do is now we're going to either square, if we're dealing with squared units, or we're going to cube, if we're dealing with cubed units, the conversion fraction. So we're going to square in this problem the conversion fraction, all right? So when we do that, basically everything in that conversion fraction becomes squared. The 1 is squared, the 12 is squared, the feet are squared, and then the inches are squared. So now if we do a little math, right? 1 squared is obviously 1, and then 12 squared is 144. And foot squared or feet squared is just feet squared, and inches squared is just inches squared. Now notice, now we have the units properly set up to cancel. The inches squared will now cancel with the inches squared. So they go bye-bye. And now what are we left with? Well, now we're left with simply feet squared, right? Those are the units that are left. So now I can just do the calculation. So it's basically 34.2 divided then by the 144. And that gets us about 0.238 feet squared. Now remember, if I started with 3 significant figures, then I should end with 3 significant figures. So that's why the value there is rounded. All right. But quite honestly, who cares about sig figs? Your professor might when they take off a whole bunch of points. But I don't care. I don't care. There's worse things in life to care about. That's it. That's it. That's all I got for you. All right. So sure. Good to see you. And we'll see you soon in another lesson. Take care.